and you take the sun.
You take everything that seems like fun. You start up and then you're done.
Rattle, 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 rattle.
So come on in, feel free to do some looking. Stay a while, 'cause something's always cooking. Come on in, feel free to do some looking. Stay a while, 'cause something's always cooking.
WRW1 fam, just, you know, you already seen the title, thumbnail. We finna talk about Chowder. Okay, let me get into it. The good stuff and why it's so awesome. And why Chowder is awesome and a little bit sour. So first and foremost, let's talk about the story. Now, the story revolves around cooking, and it have a really dynamic and also very steady viewpoint of what make you hungry. Because me watching Chowder make me hungry, and then also all them ingredients. Like, have you seen all them ingredients in Chowder? It basically amazing seeing all that stuff inside a kid's show. You see the process, because they basically doing that the whole episode. You see the process, and you see that they got the food, and they get the food, get the ingredients and everything else. And also, throughout the whole story, you get an understanding of how the cooking process takes so long and also take time and patience, because you see Chowder eat pretty much everything, pretty much all the ingredients. So you basically can't keep nothing around him. He basically gonna eat everything. But for some reason, Chef basically keep it all around from Sentinel, basically keep it away from, try to keep it away from Chowder. I know, I remember one episode Sentinel tried to protect the singing beans from Chowder. That didn't work out so well. But I'll talk about that later though. But the story overall though is very unique. It also shows you the whole, man, you know, like I said, you know, show you the whole cooking process of basically what chefs take to, like, you know, like what chefs got to go through in order to get the ingredients, in order to order it, in order to, you know, get it out fast as possible, basically. Now, without the characters, can't be a story. So first, I'm going to talk about Chowder. Chowder is basically a flat character. He basically don't change overall, and he basically eat everything in his path. But he's a funny character overall, though. Now, besides the stalker, Chowder basically stayed the same, and he got rivals and then and there. But let me talk about Snitsel. This man is the most non-talked about character on the show. Now, I understand he said, rada, 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 and we can't understand what he's saying, but he like that cool uncle on the side where we want to talk to him, but at the same time we don't understand him. So, Snitsel is just a character just to be the chill factor, the comedy factor. Like, Anais' mom over here trying to pimp him out. This man trying to escape every time. This man just be chilling, and he can't even chill. And he already got to run from Anais' mom. And he already got to do something to get away from him. And she always want this man. I don't understand. I don't know why. But hey, like I said, he's a cool character. He basically flat too. He don't change overall either. But you see the soft side of him, like I said earlier, the singing beans. Like, he trying to protect the singing beans. He didn't even sing along with the singing beans. He even try to make sure that the singing beans is properly ready. Now, well, since they didn't know they were gonna be cooked, so that was the sad part of the episode. And then for those y'all that don't remember episode 1, the purple knuckle, and y'all don't remember, so that's when the little sour come in early on in the video. But I'm gonna talk about something else also in the video too, just to show the world building of the whole Chowder franchise and the Chowder series. But Sentinel overall is a great character to have for comedy relief, and also a funny dude that actually just trying to make sure that the ingredients is staying safe from, Chowder, and also making sure that everything prepped and ready to cook, because he is the side guy of everything, and he want to make sure that all the ingredients, all the food is prepped and cooked ready. Basically, he can't understand them, but he is a really good depth character, and He really a character that we can actually call, a chill uncle, basically. But yeah, but that just since the character and overall dynamic of him, inside the show. We really don't need him to talk really. We just need him to at least be some comedy and leave and make us laugh. It's a kid's show, so Chowder can do that himself. But let me talk about this. So if y'all don't notice, you got a dude holding up the city. Now, is that don't remind you of Atlas from Greek mythology? And then this dude on the cloud, is that don't remind you of Zeus from Greek mythology? I don't know what else. But I will talk about that a little bit later. But also, let's talk about Anais. She is the stalker of the whole show. She stalked Chowder basically the whole time of the whole series. Most of the episodes, y'all can see her cooking skills, so she probably not noticed for that. She probably mainly noticed from all the stalking and fishing Chowder and bringing Chowder close and closer, even though Chowder don't want her. We've seen that plenty of time throughout the whole series, but Chowder sometimes, can't keep her away from him. But basically, NIEs basically need to, I don't know, give that man some space. Because sometimes she do too much, sometimes she do a lot. So, and then also you have people do videos on NIEs and why it's a double standard. But I'll just be like, well, you know how it is. You know how it is in the world. But that's just one aspect of the whole show that does basically bring it down to a little sour. But now let's talk about the little sour side. So the world building. Now the world building don't be expanded like that, but you seen earlier in the video, you seen Hunk basically holding up the city, and another Hunk that basically, in the clouds, basically remind you of Zeus and Atlas from Greek mythology. So basically, if they would have did some more world building on that stuff, you basically would have seen the whole premise of the whole world building itself. Because you have someone hold a city. You have Atlas holding up the whole world. So if that don't remind you of that from Greek mythology, I don't know what is. And then you even got elements that control the sky, the moon, like all that stuff. The sun. You basically got all that. And it basically, I remember it was one episode. It basically was the creator of the whole show, I think, that actually got in and actually talked to Chowder. I don't know for what, it's been a long time since I watched the episode. But if this doesn't, so say for instance, this show doesn't come off your head, off your top of your head in the first instance, clearly, it's not clearly technically awesome show. Don't get me wrong, it's an awesome show, but it's just a little sour. It don't expand the world building, but it don't have to. That's just the point. It's Chowder. We're doing Chowder. We're not doing the whole world itself. Now, it was the whole world building itself, it would have cost something else, right? But the only reason why Chowder is an awesome show, but a little bit sour, is because, well, it don't expand on the world building, and it also don't expand on other aspects of the show either. Like, most of the time we see the cooking, but most of the time we don't actually understand the whole premise of the cooking. Now, I remember, they have recipes and everything for the real life cooking, but who finna make that? Like, all that stuff, man, people barely cook nowadays. Who finna make all that? So, it just, I don't know, but I do know my Chowder was awesome and a little bit sour. But that's all I have for today's video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on that notification bell. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. I'm out.